Let's see if we get a signal. I guess I'll know we'll have a signal when I see the live chat. I wonder if I should turn off the Wi-Fi. I think I am going to turn off. We'll see. Okay, good. We have a connection. Hey, Tracy, Naomi, Eric Rader, what's up? Cassie, Claire, Kat, awesome. We are hanging out up here on the roof of the hotel in where we are staying. Hey, Cheryl, good to see you. Hey, Tina, Dave's Deep Dives, good to see you. And oh my goodness, hey, Marilyn. What an amazing day. I'll tell you guys what, going to Tony's arraignment is not why we came to Los Angeles. It was just icing on the cake. We were possibly not even going to go to Tony's arraignment because I don't like waking up that early. I had to wake up at 7 o'clock this morning. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'll tell you, I saw what Tony has put on Twitter this evening, and I was like, Tony's digging his hole deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. For those of you, I don't even follow Tony on Twitter, but people are sending me screenshots. Tony has posted to Twitter that his mother is in the hospital with multiple injuries caused by me, and she may have a broken clavicle. I mean, you cannot get away with saying things like this online. This is more than just giving your opinion about someone, and your opinion is an unfavorable one. This is not First Amendment, protected activity, unless he wants to call it satire or comedy, in which case, perhaps. And I even rewatched the part of the video where his mother hits me with her cane, and look, you can't make an accusation like that when it's at a courthouse. There's cameras everywhere. And when Tony's already, I wish I could really do it justice to explain to you guys how, what's the right word? I'm just going to say worked up. How worked up the prosecutor was about what a threat Tony poses to the people he's been harassing. It was incredible. If you were there, if you heard her tone, if you got a sense of how much work the district attorney's office has put into this thing with Tony, they handed his lawyer 500 pages of discovery. And not to digress too much here, but you really got a sense for the fact that the DA's office is ready to bring the full weight of the system to bear against Tony D'Amato Jr. And, she basically already said, if you say even one word to or about Solomon and his mother between now and March 4th, you're going to go back to jail. It's going to be $500,000 bail. When you already consider that the DA's office has this view of Tony, you're a danger, you're a menace, you're a threat, people need to be protected from you. And then he's putting up tweets accusing me of physical violence against his mother that can be easily disproven by the DA. This is really dangerous territory for Tony. So I rewatched the portion of my my video where his mother hit me with the cane. And you have to understand, I had my phone in one hand and my microphone in the other, you guys. And I'm running up to Tony. Tony's about maybe 30 feet from the entrance to the courthouse. He's walking towards the courthouse. His mother is behind him, maybe by about 10 feet. Me and Tony sort of converge at the door of the courthouse. I have no intention of entering the courthouse, so I'm just standing at the door. Tony's walking into the courthouse. And I see, how does it feel to have a judge call you a, and I used a word. And then, whack, leave us alone. And I go, you just hit me with, oh my God, you just hit me. I just sound like, oh my God, she just hit me. Officer, she just hit me. At no point in that interaction did his mom even pretend that I had made any physical contact with her at all, because I didn't, and probably didn't even cross her mind. Oh, I better put on an act right now. It wasn't until a few minutes later, when I was then behind Tony on the sidewalk, and then saying, I was talking to Tony, and then I said to his mom, "Oh, by the way, you hit me with your cane. I'm going to file a police report against you," which I didn't file a police report. That she goes, "You hit me first. You hit me first." And Tony was like, "You attacked her first. You attacked her first." It's not even up for debate. It's the silliest thing ever. And that's kind of my point, is just that it seems to me, in my opinion, that he's in very, very dangerous territory to continue to, I mean, even if Tony wants to say I was harassing him on the sidewalk, he's perfectly free to say that. But putting up a blatant and easily provable lie that I assaulted his mother, and that she's got multiple injuries, and that she may have a broken clavicle. You have to understand, at no point did Tony's mother ever have a slip and a fall during the entire 10-minute interaction that me and a few others had with Tony outside the courthouse. At no point did she have a slip and fall. We're not even talking about a situation where she slipped and fell and we're arguing over who's to blame. There were no slip and falls. No one left their feet. No one left their feet. Nobody came into physical contact with anybody. There was no physical contact whatsoever. I mean, maybe when me and Tony were walking down the sidewalk, maybe we sort of like nudged into each other by accident a couple times. But it's crazy, you guys. It's crazy. And it shows you where Tony gets his crazy from. the Tony running through, the crazy running through Tony's veins definitely runs in the family. It was actually incredible. It was incredible. Guys, I understand Tony actually might live with his mom. I didn't realize that until this evening. He actually may live with his mother. And that might actually be why she was there. Well, I mean, that doesn't necessarily explain why she was there. It just explains, I didn't even know he had a mother. I thought he was just one of these freaks who just spawned, spontaneously. I didn't know Tony had a mother. But I'll tell you, she's not just some innocent old lady who's just, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. She was sitting there in the courtroom while the district attorney was telling the judge everything that Tony has done. And she was sitting there like, no. She's not like some feeble old lady. Okay. And I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying like, and that's why it's, no one made any contact with his mother. No one made any contact with Tony's mother. But she's not just some feeble, helpless old lady walking with a cane. If you actually saw enough of the footage, she doesn't actually use that cane. That cane is a prop. She uses that cane as a weapon. And by the way, one of the funniest comments I saw in my video today was, Aaron, you need to stay away from people with canes. I'm 2 for 2 on being assaulted by people with canes. Patrick Perry, of course, whacked my phone out of my hand with his cane before further assaulting me. But at least Patrick Perry got arrested for that. I wasn't willing to try to get a 76-year-old lady or however old she is. She doesn't look 76. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I didn't file a police report against her. It wasn't worth following up. And those canes, remember, those canes are made for very old, feeble people. They weigh like 8 ounces. They're like aluminum. Patrick Perry's cane, I think, might have had more heft to it. But her cane, like, honestly, I swear to God, if these things, it has to be something that you can walk and doesn't, make your arm tired just holding it. So, the lady from Throw Mama from the Train. Oh, I saw that comment earlier. I didn't realize what it was referring to, but now I get it. Now I absolutely get it. Yeah. I don't know what it is that I expected going to court today. I was absolutely shocked by the level of preparation the district attorney had about Tony, about Zero Dark Tony. Absolutely shocked. And I guess I just hadn't given it much thought. I mean, Streets had already explained to me, he's like, look, these 7 police officers and 2 detectives that showed up to arrest Tony weren't even locals. They came from 2 other districts. Like, this is kind of a big deal. And if I had been thinking about it, more thoroughly, and because I don't really think about Zero Dark Tony at all. But if I'd been thinking about it a little more thoroughly, I would have realized, well, yeah, he didn't just accidentally get hit with like 26 counts or 28 counts of violating a restraining order. That wasn't just casually put together. That wasn't like, Oops. We came into the office this morning and accidentally charged this guy with 26 counts of whatever. And yeah, for any of you who didn't see the video earlier, one of the funniest parts of the video was there was these young men, while me and Tony were sort of kind of having it out, these young men were like, hey, do you know what street this is? I'm like, oh, I don't know what street this is, sir, but I'll tell you, all I know is that it's the street that this, Chomo is walking down, basically. And they're like, what? Say what? Oh, is he? And I'm trying not to use the word too much on this stream because I'm trying not to get it restricted. And then they're like, is he? Is he? And then they started following us a little bit, and then they got out their phones, and they're like, are you a blank? Are you a blank? And Tony's like, it's just something that happened online. It's just some online stuff. It's like he literally had Tony being like, oh, this stuff I do to kids, it's just on the internet, it's not a big deal. It's like, I think some people might disagree with you. I think some people think it is a very, very big deal. And yes. By the way, I should say that Dodge and I did get a chance to talk in the courthouse, and we settled things, and Dodge gave me a very sincere and heartfelt apology, and I'm sure he won't mind me saying this. He said, hey, you were right about what you said in the video, and I apologize for that, and I hope I can make it right. I'm like, okay, cool. So I don't know that we're going to be doing videos together, because I'm sort of past the chapter in my life where I feel like I'm just pretending that things never happened, and then like we can be good with each other without having to go back to what we used to do. But yeah, we did talk that out, and that was good on him. I wasn't prepared to make a thing out of it beyond what I said in my video this morning, but he made a point to come up to me, and we squashed that, so that's good. And then let me see, what else? I did earlier have Dodge's name blocked in the chat because I just don't want people talking shit about people or trying to get me to talk shit about people in the live chat. And so when shit's going down, when shit's blowing up, I'll tend to block people's names on the channel. That's more to block them from being dragged in the live chat, but of course it also prevents comments from being made in their name. So anyway, I'll unblock Dodge's name in the live chat as soon as I get back to my actual computer. Guys, isn't it beautiful up here? Isn't it actually gorgeous? Actually, the phone is making it look a little brighter than it is right now. It's a little darker, but this rooftop lounge is absolutely amazing. And I was like, all right, let me just come up here and talk a little bit about what happened today. And yeah. Let's see, I'm going to try to see if I can find any questions in this thing. Let me see. I know I sort of at the end of my video earlier gave a bit of an update of what actually happened in the courtroom. And I know a couple other people already have as well. Oh, my eyes. Oh, I literally took a nap. I'm all red, and my eyes get all red and puffy when I sleep. Plus, it's the dry air and everything. Can you address the bail and who paid? Guys, I don't know who paid the bail, but I do have very much reason to believe that 86 GOP has been giving Zero Dark Tony a lot of money. And that causes me a lot of consternation and distress, because it sure makes me in streets look like absolute fucking fools for sticking up for this guy the whole time. And I straight up texted 86 GOP today and asked him if you paid. I said, did you pay Tony's bail? And he hasn't answered me. And to be honest, I don't think he did pay Tony's bail, but I do think he's been sending Tony thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I haven't been in touch with 86 in a few weeks now. And I don't really know what to make of it, you guys. Well, here's what I do know. I know that 86 hates Scott more than anyone can hate anyone, or as much as anyone can hate anyone. And he hates Danny, and he hates Lara, and I know he'd like to see them all behind bars. I know that. Um, that to me does not explain giving Zero Dark Tony thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Is Tony going to put these guys behind bars? What does that have to do with anything? Um, plus, and I will say this, people are going to go, oh, so Scott was right about 86 all along. I mean, I don't necessarily look at it that way, but I don't really care one way or the other. The thing is, in the past, when Scott was calling 86 a bad actor, at that time, 86 was still financially supporting protesters who were doing a good job. So I would say that at the point, whenever 86 started giving Zero Dark Tony money, as far as I'm concerned, that's when 86 becomes a bad actor. I can't make sense of it. And it's not like 86 owes me an explanation or anything. He doesn't work for me. I don't work for him. He can give money to whoever he wants. He can be as much of an asshole as he wants. It's not really my business. But he almost, I would say, at least from some of the screenshots I've been sent from some of the chats, 86 already said a couple weeks ago he's no longer making any contributions to the SPTV Foundation, of which, if I had to guess, just off the top of my head, maybe he's donated a few $1,000s to the Aftermath, the SPTV Foundation, over the last year. You know, you can you guys watch my live chats. Have you seen 86 send me a super chat in more than one or two super chats in the last few months? No. And so 86 or one of his sock accounts or someone authorized to speak for him said 86 wouldn't mind if I told you he has said he is no longer supporting Aaron or the SPTV Foundation. I go, well, thank you for doing me the favor, because you financially supporting people in my crowd and also financially supporting Zero Dark Tony is a huge problem, buddy. Huge problem. So thank you for picking a lane. And as far as I'm concerned, you can stay in that lane. Because honestly, at some point you start to have to question a man's intentions. Like, what the fuck are you doing in this community? Like, what are you doing exactly? Like, I understand that you hate Scott. I understand that you hate people who have supported and enabled Scott. I almost like it, but it doesn't make sense, you know, what he's doing. It just doesn't make any damn sense. And even if you wanted to like if you wanted to be really Machiavellian about it, like, then wouldn't you be giving him money privately behind the scenes? Like, why would you be doing it also publicly? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it seems at this point like he's trying to make some sort of it seems at this point like he's trying to do something to the community, is what it seems like to me. And when you start getting into that territory, you start getting into very dicey territory. So, you know, even Tony seems to have said that 86 did not pay his bail. But I do believe 86 gave him, you know, $500, $600, $700, $800 of super chats the night that he did his first live stream after bailing out. And it's like, that's pretty much the same thing as paying his bail, isn't it? I mean, you know, it's not literally the same thing, but you guys know what I mean. So I've seen the questions come through, what's going on with 86. 86 doesn't belong to me. I'm not responsible for him. If he's showing his ass by giving money to Zero Dark Tony, well, Zero Dark Tony is attacking every single person in the ex-Scientology community practically, then 86 is showing you his intentions. And that's on him. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think if you look at 86's screen name, that would answer that question, but I'm not here to talk about anybody's politics. Let's see. Evil Queen is saying, Aaron, clarification, please. Is it the city attorney or the district attorney? They are different. One is misdemeanor and the other would be felonies. Oh, you see, that's a distinction I'm not familiar with. In the courtroom, I felt like the person was being referred to as the DA, but I could be misremembering that, and even the person making that reference could have been mistaken. Yeah, was it the city attorney? You know who know the answer to that question? Streets LA would know the answer to that question. I'll text him later and ask him. It was on floor 5, courtroom 40. If that Is that enough information? Like, on that floor at the Clara Shortridge Foltz Criminal Justice Center. So in that courtroom, would it be the DA or would it be the city attorney? Let me see. Who's I know that's not Tony. Okay, Kat says, will you be back for the March 4th hearing? I gotta tell you, March 4th is much closer than I thought it was when I said that I might be back for the March 4th hearing. What is it? It's the 24th. So it's literally, is there 28 days? There's 28 days in February. 26, 28. Yeah, that's 8 days. No, I'm not coming back. I don't think I'm coming back for the March 4th hearing. Unless there's so much stuff happening over the next week. I told Tony, I'm going to do videos about you every day between now and March 4th. I hope you break the terms of your protection order, because the judge said if he breaks the terms even one time, he's going away, he's going to jail, and he's getting $500,000 bail. I don't think anyone's going to help him with $500,000 bail. let's just say you're coming back. Eric Rader, good to see you. I think I might have said hi already. Hey, Joe Raz. Hey, Lena on me. Is Streets in the chat? You guys know I'm doing this from my phone. It's really hard to manage the chat. Yeah. But hey, guys, stay tuned, okay? Because, Abigail says, Aaron, if the judge was so strong while talking today, could it be construed that she's favoring a side? She's not favoring a side, because if she what the prosecution was actually asking for was for his bail to be increased immediately and for Tony to be taken into custody right away. And they said, we want his bail increased to $500,000. And the judge seemed to be wishy-washy on that. And by the way, credit where credit is due. Whatever that lawyer guy was who showed up for Tony, he had his shit together. He's got a gift. He showed up ready to work, and he worked. And he was very quick. He was very quick-witted and quick on his feet. Okay, so the lawyer Tony's lawyer basically made pretty good arguments for why that should not occur. And then the judge seemed to be on the fence. And then the prosecution was like, okay, well, look, if you don't want to increase the bail to $500,000, we request that the bail be restored to the original amount of $130,000. We don't think the previous judge actually had the authority to reduce the bail without a hearing. And we would like the bail to be reset to $130,000, and we'd like him taken back into custody until a hearing 3 days from now. And the judge said no to that as well. And so basically the prosecutor was then like, look, the concern is that he really is a continuing danger and menace to his victims. And at least one of those victims is a minor, and we really are concerned for his safety. And so if you are not going to raise his bail, and if he's not going to be remanded today, we would like to please have a hearing in the next day or two instead of waiting until March 4th. And even then, the judge was like, we're going to stick with March 4th. And that's when she got angry. Well, I'm saying she got angry. She got stern. And she basically said, okay, now listen up. Listen up. I am about to give my order. And I am going to be as clear as possible. But if there are any questions at all after I have read my order, you are to ask them. Because even one violation of my order between now and March 4th is going to result in you being sent to jail with $500,000 bail. And if you don't show up for your March 4th hearing, you're going to have a warrant issued for your arrest with $500,000 bail. And if you show up and there's even one violation of my order, you're going to be immediately taken into custody, and you're going to have a $500,000 bail. So I don't think anybody could say that. I don't think anybody could say that the judge is being unfair or biased. So yeah. That was my first time ever being in court for an arraignment. It was very interesting to see the process. I think we sat there for like 2.5 hours while all sorts of other stuff occurred before any arraignments happened whatsoever. And Tony was the first person to be arraigned. So that was cool. Hey, Mary James. All right. Well, I do not really want to be up here or streaming in the dark because it just seems a little silly. And oh my God, stop it. Time Traveler's Chest says Tony just said his mom had a heart attack and they're keeping her in the hospital, but will not let him be with her. I wonder if him making her run caused her issues. Guys, all of this is pure fiction. All of this is absolute pure fiction. I mean, you guys realize Tony is a performance artist. And, I thought for sure that Tony's, I've never met Tony in person until today. I really thought that his whole thing online was just an act and that in person he would just crumble. Well, in a sense, he did crumble, but he still kept up the act. I mean, I think Tony D'Amato is seriously mentally ill. I mean, this guy is completely unstable. I mean, this guy, everything this guy has done is totally unforced errors. By the way, if people are saying I got a ton of trolls tonight, that's because we're doing vertical live streams and this stream's being pushed out to a bunch of thousands and thousands of brand new people. That's why. Oh yeah, cane repellent. I need cane repellent. That's amazing. Let me see. Yeah, did you guys like Tony telling his mom to shut the F up? That was amazing. Oh boy, the sun sure set quick. Just got some Starbucks Nitro. Highly recommended for evening beverage. Oh, you don't have to shine the light on me. Let's see. All right, I might be wrapping it up here, guys. I'm gonna grab some dinner, see what's going on. We have a lot of big activities for tomorrow. It's about 6:15 right now. Someone's asking me what time is it here. Yeah, I guess that's it, guys. I guess that is it, and that'll be it for me this evening. But guys, be ready for tomorrow. We got some really, really, really big plans for tomorrow. I think you guys are gonna really like it. Some exciting things happening, and that's what we really came to town for. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll talk to you soon.